You're watching News 24 Live. I'm joined in studio by Sergio Davids, content producer at Wheels 24, to discuss all things wheels and motoring. Of course, this past weekend, the Formula One Drivers' Championship 2014 was decided. To discuss this and other motoring matters, Sergio,
good morning.
You have just returned from Italy, I believe, test driving the new Fiat.
Yes.
Which is like, described as a Fiat 500 on Viagra.
Look, the Fiat 500X, basically it's the evolution of the 500 range. So now we'll have the 500, 500L and 500X. Essentially, it's Fiat's answer to the Mini Countryman. It's an all-wheel drive, bigger Fiat 500. It's funny you should mention the Viagra, because that's actually part of Fiat's media campaign. Basically, they've got an ad online where you see an Italian gentleman being welcomed into his bedroom. He rushes to the bathroom to find one of those blue pills. Instead, he drops it out the window, bounces across rooftops, and ends up in the tank of a Fiat 500, which is then transformed into a Fiat 500X, which I think is a pretty good analogy for the car. Yeah, driving in Turin, Italy. Fiat has really nailed it this time. Sales of the 500 and SA have been okay, 500L a bit sluggish. I think with this new product that they've got, they might have hit the nail on the head with this one. But that'll entirely be dependent on price, which has always been Fiat's downfall. Well, that and perceived reliability.
Okay, so what makes it such a souped up sort of piece of machinery?
Sure. Look, it all comes down to its DNA. It shares a platform with a Jeep Renegade, which is coming in April 2015. The Fiat 500, incidentally, is coming in July. With that, it shares all-wheel drive tech and a lot of interior and exterior enhancements. You'll see from images, it's quite a rugged-looking vehicle. There's actually two versions of it, one more tailored to, how can I say, city driving, and then one more for off-road. It's not a true off-roader. I wouldn't exactly tackle mountains with it, but definitely in Europe, where they have situations where high snow and wet roads, it's obviously a plus, and could do very well here.
Okay, when is it due out in South Africa?
It's due to arrive in July 2015, which is just a few months after the Jeep Renegade.
Okay. What was your experience of Fiat like in Italy? I mean, I'm sure you got a good sense of the Italian motoring culture. Fiat own just about all the Italian makes.
Indeed they do. Case in point, Ferrari. Look, Italians are very boisterous drivers, akin to, say, Joburg. I would say they're a lot more competent though. Driving around Italy, especially with the Fiat 500X, it's a lot of fun to drive. It really is. In South Africa, we'll have the 1.4 and 1.6 petrol units. Unfortunately, they won't be launching the all-wheel drive versions and the 9-speed auto, which is also a first for Fiat and SA. So that's a bit of a pity. Maybe perhaps after the popularity of the Fiat 500X grows, they might introduce these, but sadly we won't get them.
Okay, thanks, Sergio.